we are legitimately I was about to say a few weeks away. I think it's like 1 or 2 weeks away. Not me about to freaking cover goddamn Eurovision. It's not even an American thing. Yet, my patriotism for the show is so high. Eurovision 2023 is about... We've been doing Eurovision content, for 2 years now? 3 years? It started on my main channel, Favour Reacts, and now I've dedicated a whole separate channel to just European culture and experiencing other cultures. And Eurovision is every year, like, the best start, the best kickoff to summer. Like, it sets the tone for my summers. Summer is, like, one of my favorite seasons and one of the most happiest times of the year. And I just feel so free. And a big part of that idea and ideology for me is Eurovision. And like, I know, which leads us into the title and content of this video, voting. I know that I still don't really get what Eurovision is or how the show and voting and everything works. And I know that there's still probably a lot of people out there who wishes I would stop doing Eurovision content. I'm not going to. But I know that they wish I would stop making these videos and just, whatever. At the end of the day, though, I'm so happy with Eurovision. Anyways, today we're doing Eurovision 2023 voting rules explained. Now, the voting, obviously, like, we love the songs, we love the performances, but there's so much that goes on behind the scenes, I feel like, that you have to try to understand to really get the importance of these performances and the songs chosen. So, like, for example, over on Patreon, we just filmed a video where the video had, like, 3 songs for each country this year. It was, like, the top 3 songs. One was a 3rd place choice, one was a 2nd place choice, and one was the 1st place choice for the country. And that's the actual song that they're entering into Eurovision, the song contest. And I just feel like you have to be able to understand how that process works, how the shows and the semifinals work, and then how voting works to really understand what's going to happen at the final and be content, I'd say, with like the end result. Like last year, I feel like there was so much hoopla and debate about whether the UK won or if Ukraine genuinely won or what all that really meant. And now your opinions on that don't really matter. My point here is, like, to really get the show, there's so much you have to learn behind the scenes. And so I think this video is going to help me do that, and I'm just happy that you're here. And let me know if you've been around for like these last few years of Eurovision. I believe the first time I did a Eurovision video was 2021 or 2022. It was right when COVID started, and this was like a huge outlet and safe space for me. And I'm just glad that we're able to continue on with this journey. So enough talking. I'm just really happy to be here, if you couldn't tell. Subscribe to me here. Make sure you're around for the Eurovision content here and on the Patreon, because the content that gets copyrighted or blocked or whatever that I can't put on this YouTube channel, it is going on Patreon, which is linked down in the description and the pinned comment. And lastly, help your girl get to 10K on Instagram. I'm so close. So if you can go over to Instagram and follow me, it's on the screen as well, Favour_Bera. And get this channel to 100K. That's my second goal. But anyways, here is the Eurovision voting system explained. And this is by the official Eurovision page. So there's no room for misinterpretation or anything like wrong. This is official, like how it works. Here we go.
How does the Eurovision Song Contest voting work, and how can you play your part?
And apparently Americans can vote now. I know a lot of y'all are shaking in your boots from that. However, babe, if I'm able to vote for Azerbaijan, best believe I'm doing it. Albania this year, another one of my favorites. I'm going to be passing out votes like dollars at a strip club.
In determining the winner. In short, songs are awarded points from other participating countries to determine an overall winner. The country with the most points in the grand final walks away with a trophy and the honour of hosting the following year's contest. But it's a little bit more complicated than that. On Tuesday the 9th of May and Thursday the 11th of May, the Eurovision Song Contest semi-finals take place.
I'm travelling on the 11th. I'm going to the East Coast in Montreal. Oh, God. I need to check my work schedule and see if I'm working on the 9th. Oh, gosh. So much content I have to make now. I can't even really enjoy the show because I have to make the content. And then on the 11th, I'm going to be catching a flight. Ay, stress. I'll figure it out, though.
To determine which countries qualify for the grand final on Saturday, the 13th of May.
Oh, no. Literally the week I'll figure it out. I'm getting stressed out.
To make things fair, viewers can only vote in the semi-final that their country is participating in. So if your country is participating in the first semi-final, you can only vote for other acts in semi-final 1.
But what if this country has more of a populace than this country? Then that's not really fair. Because they have more influence because their population is bigger.
And as neither the previous year's winning country nor the so-called Big Five have to compete in the semi-finals, each year a random ballot determines that viewers from three of those countries will be able to vote in the first semi-final, while viewers from the other 3 countries will vote in the second semi-final. Audiences watching in non-participating countries can also choose their favourites in all 3 shows as part of a rest of the world block.
Yeah!
All the votes from this block are converted into points with the same value as one participating country.
Huh. So like me and Canada and Mexico, like we're all on the same team. That's cool. But it's a majority vote, and I feel like not a lot of people are going to be voting for Azerbaijan. So my vote is going to be null and void. It doesn't really impact anything because it's a majority vote. So like we're all over the world, but it's based on who a majority of these all over the world votes are for. So if a majority are for, like, let's say, I don't know, Croatia, then it's going to be, even though I vote for Azerbaijan, Albania, Lithuania, whatever, it doesn't matter. The point is going to go to Croatia. Dang it.
The semi-final qualifiers are determined purely by a public vote. Audience votes from each country are converted into points and awarded to the 10 most popular songs, starting with 1 to 8 points at the lower end, then 10 points for their second favourite song, and finally a maximum 12 points, 12 points, for their overall favourite song.
What's 12 points? What language is that?
The 10 songs with the most points in each semi-final qualify for the grand final
finale
on Saturday night, where they'll be joined by last year's winning country and the Big Five, making a total of 26 competing songs in the grand final.
So this is excuse me. I know Ukraine has a song, but are they going to compete? Like, obviously they can't host right now, but... And what does that leave the actual UK's people? Like, it's weird, because technically Ukraine won last year, but they're acting as if the UK won. So who's the actual last year winner for this year, you know?
Then, on Saturday the 13th of May, viewers from all participating countries and the rest of the world can vote in the grand final, where the public's points are combined with those from a set of professional juries from each participating country.
This is a big thing too. I feel like the jury vote, it's kind of unnecessary in my opinion. Like, again, this is from an American perspective here. It should be what the people want, what the people believe. Just like the song choices and the songs that are going to be in the semifinal that qualify should be on what's most popular with the people of that country. And I think that the winner in the grand final should be based on the popular vote of the people as well. You don't need a jury of previous winners. You had your moment. This isn't Hunger Games. You're not in the Capitol. This should be about what the people want, what the people enjoyed, and that's who should win, in my opinion.
Just like the public vote, the professional juries of each country will deliver a set of scores from 1 to 8 points, then 10 points, and 12 points to their favourite song. At the end of the show, the scores of each professional jury will be announced by the spokesperson of that participating country. Then, each country is awarded all of their points from the public vote cumulatively. These points are announced by the hosts and delivered in ascending order, beginning with the country with the fewest jury points on the scoreboard.
I bet you that builds the nervousness so much, because it's like you don't want to hear your country be called because that means that you got the least amount of points. But like you're still waiting, so you don't know where your when's your turn's gonna be called anyway. Also, I feel like a big part of this is it seems they're trying to keep the relevance and importance of previous winners, which I think is really cool, like, because they had their moment, they freaking won the show, so they should be remembered, and they made their country proud. But yeah, that's just all I want to say about that. It seems like they want to keep the memory of previous winners, performers, and all that alive, because they incorporate them into the live show as well. Who's hosting this?
As
year?
always,
Like
the song with the most
announcers?
points wins. And remember, you can't vote for your own country.
Why?
Make sure you download the official Eurovision Song Contest app and head on over to Eurovision.tv for more information and to see the full results after
have
the
an
grand
app?
final.
Eurovision hasn't. Oh, I gotta download it. Do I need a VPN? Oh God, how am I gonna stream my reaction? I can do it on the 9th if, assuming I'm not working. I'll comment in the comment section if I'm working, but I'll be available on the 9th. On the 11th, I'm literally gonna be on a plane, and then 13th, I'm gonna be in New York City. Oh God. Maybe I'll have to react late to the live show, but I'm gonna be thinking all day, and I know it's gonna be on Twitter. And like last year, I have to give you all my opinions on TikTok. Like I was doing, oh my God. Yeah, okay, I don't think I'll be able to watch the grand final live. However, I'm probably going to react to some of the performances and put it on like TikTok or do a YouTube video. It just depends where I'm at. I don't know. But I'm so hyped for this year's entry, and I feel like I am more immersed in it this year than I ever have been. You guys know my top 5 so far. Azerbaijan, of course, Albania, France, évidemment. That song is so depressing, but I love it. And then there's a bunch. We've reacted to a bunch of songs. But yeah, I'm looking forward now to the show, and I cannot wait. It's literally in 2 weeks. Please be here. Please be here for my reactions on TikTok and on YouTube. Check out the Instagram story as well, so you can keep up with like my daily shit that I have going on. But anyways, Eurovision 2023 is right around the corner. Like the video.